go. Have one for your home and workspace. Amara Sanitizer is an alcohol-based sanitizer containing ethanol, which has a broad-spectrum antimicrobial activity, killing bacteria, viruses and fungi. Use Amara Sanitizer to clean your phone, keys, bag, door handles and any other surface while on the go. Amara antibacterial hand sanitizer is enriched with aloe vera, making it gentle on your hands. Most of all, Amara Sanitizer, your friend for life, not just a corona period friend. Amara cares.
I'm here for small biasharas, in my hood or beyond. I'm here for my customers, who are sought every time they come through. Put your business on the map with Visa. Where you shop matters.
Welcome to Kenya, this is my jam.
You know how we do it each and every Saturday live on your screens.
I Miss Katiwa, and of course my one and only DJ, the roughest and the toughest DJ Mo, will be on the decks.
This week, live from Kingston, Jamaica, Anthony B himself.
Yaga yo, it's Anthony B and you can check me out this Saturday, 10 p.m. on NTV. Jam Down.
Jam Down KE is the hashtag. I'll see you. 10 p.m.
It's beer fire, beer energy, beer vibes. It's all about upliftment, reality and music.
Salute.
Don't go nowhere.
What comes to your mind when you think of the perfect home for your family? Victory Gardens offers exactly that and much more. Call us today on 0790 300 300 or visit www.optivan.co.ke.
This is NTV.
Hujambo mtazamaji, natumai juma yako imekuwa njema popote unapotazamia runinga ya NTV. Tayari mpango wa watu kujiuguza nyumbani kutokana na maambukizi ya COVID-19 umeanza rasmi, huku wagonjwa 288 wakiruhusiwa kwenda nyumbani kujiuguza. Lakini mbali na hayo, taswira ya maambukizi ya homa ya corona nchini ni kuwa jumla ya maambukizi imefikia 3305 baada ya watu 90 kupatikana na virusi hivyo katika muda wa saa 24 zilizopita. Waliopona kufikia sasa ni 1164 baada ya watu wengine 72 kuruhusiwa kuondoka hospitalini. Hata hivyo, taifa limewapoteza watu wengine 4 kutokana na maambukizi ya corona na kupelekea idadi ya waliofariki kufikia 96. Maambukizi mapya yamerekodiwa katika kaunti tofauti kama vile Nairobi, Mombasa, Busia, Uasin Gishu, Kilifi, Garissa, Kisumu, Meru na Turkana. Mtazamaji, kilicho muhimu ni kuzingatia masharti yaliyowekwa na Wizara ya Afya kuzuia maambukizi zaidi ya COVID-19. Na sasa tuangazie taarifa tulizozipa kipaumbele hii leo. Kizaza chatokea kijijini Chiga, Kisumu baada ya ombolezaji kuvuruga mazishi ya mwanamuziki wa Ohangla Abeni Jachiga. Wagonjwa zaidi ya 280 wa corona waruhusiwa kwenda kuuguzwa nyumbani kupitia mpango wa kupunguza msongamano. Kamati maalum itakayoamua hatima ya gavana wa Kirinyaga Anne Waiguru yabuniwa na Seneti. Na maboma biashara na mashamba yafunikwa na maji baada ya ziwa Naivasha kuvunja kingo zake.
Mbashara kutoka jumba la Nation. Hii ni NTV Jioni na Nuru Abdulaziz.
Na karibu sana mtazamaji, mwenzangu wa ishara ni Flora Atieno. Tukianza taarifa zetu, tangu Kenya kuzindua mpango wa kuruhusu familia kuuguza wagonjwa wa COVID-19 wakiwa nyumbani, Wakenya 288 wamekubaliwa kwenda makwao kuendelea kutunzwa nyumbani. Miongoni mwa wagonjwa hao 15 ni kina mama wenye watoto wachanga. Wakati huo wenye mikahawa pia wameonywa dhidi ya kukiuka masharti yanayowataka kufunga kazi zao saa 10 mchana. Naura na maelezo zaidi.
Kabla ya Kenya kuzindua mpango wa wagonjwa wa corona kutunzwa nyumbani, Wizara ya Afya ilikuwa imefanya majaribio kwa kuuguza wagonjwa 299 nyumbani. Wizara ya Afya inasema utekelezaji wa mpango huo ulizinduliwa Jumanne utawasaidia Wakenya wengi mradi tu mwongozo uliotolewa utafuatwa kikamilifu.
Involving about 299 patients on home-based isolation and about 15 mothers who are breastfeeding. I'm happy to report today, yes, about 208 of them have been released from home-based care back to the society. They are safe and they can interact with you. There's no need for stigmatization. They are as good as you are.
Hata hivyo, Wakenya wengi wameonekana wakijumuika katika mikahawa tangu muda wa kafyu ubadilishwe. Na ni kwa sababu hiyo mikahawa pia imejiongeza muda wa kuhudumu. Sasa Wizara ya Afya imewaonya wenye mikahawa.
We are reviewing the protocols in use for the operation of eateries and restaurants, and the reviewed protocols that are going to review those timings upwards are also in progress, and they will be released to the public in due course. I'm sure they are going through the final approval stages.
Wizara pia imesema kuwa hatua itachukuliwa dhidi ya watakaopatikana wakikiuka amri hizo, kwani watapokonywa kabisa leseni za kuhudumu.
They are approved. You urge Kenyans to again be responsible. Please close your restaurant at 4 p.m. as required by law. And we have instructed law enforcement officers to purge on those who are disobeying this.
Hilo limeibuka wakati Kenya ikirekodi visa 90 vipya kufikisha 3,305 idadi kamili ya maambukizi nchini. Aidha, wagonjwa 72 walipona huku 4 wakifariki katika kipindi hicho. Aura, NTV.
Na tukielekea kaunti ya Mombasa, chama cha wauguzi tawi la Mombasa kimetishia kwamba wanachama wake wataanza mgomo iwapo serikali ya kaunti hiyo haitowalipa mishahara yao. Wanadai hawajalipwa mishahara yao licha ya juhudi zao katika kupigana na homa ya COVID-19. Ikumbukwe kwamba Mombasa ni mojawapo ya kaunti zenye visa vingi zaidi vya corona hapa nchini.
23 plus healthcare workers who have already turned positive from this, and they don't have the basic insurance. How do we work? How do they expect us to work? We're already running out of PPEs. Those at the front are wearing surgical masks, handling non-positive cases, and yet you're telling them to come to work, not giving them all these masks, and expecting some sort of superhuman effort. We've given them leeway for so long, but it seems they are taking it for granted.
Kaunti haijaweza kulipa mshahara wa mwezi wa Mei, na imetubidi kwa sababu wafanyikazi wa Mombasa County wanateseka kwa sababu hawawezi pata nauli, hawawezi lipa rent, na imetubidi kwa sababu serikali haijaweza kupeana ujumbe wowote kuhusu kwa nini mshahara umechelewa. Na tunapojaribu kuuliza, hakuna jawabu ambalo linatoka kwa viongozi.
Wakati huo, kamishna wa eneo la mashariki mwa nchi Isaiah Nakoro amelaumu wanasiasa kwa machafuko yanayoendelea katika kaunti ya Marsabit. Machafuko kati ya jamii mbili kinzani yamesababisha vifo vya zaidi ya watu 10 huku viongozi wakiendelea kulaumiana. Hali hii imewaacha wenyeji wakihofia usalama wao, kwani kuna uwezekano wa kuwepo kwa vita vya kulipiza kisasi.
Majonzi yalitanda huku wakazi wakiomboleza vijana waliouawa katika eneo la Bandanrero kwenye mpaka wa Wajir na Songa, eneo bunge la Saku. Wanadai haya ni matukio ya kila mwaka ambayo yamechochea uhasama kati ya jamii mbili jirani. Ingawa usalama unaonekana kuimarishwa, wenyeji wanasema hawana imani na maafisa wa usalama. Wanaelekeza malalamikio yao kwa rais.
If you are in a county that have no security than just innocent children are massacred like this, then you are not working.
The individuals who are sent there, unfortunately, some of them don't qualify to be in those offices. It is for that reason that we say, and we keep on asking for a reshuffle.
Ningependa habari hii kama itaweza kufikia Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Ningependa kumwambia yule ambaye umetutumia afanye kazi ya national government, afanye kazi. Yeye anafanya kazi ambayo sio ya national government.
My work is to ensure that criminals are brought to book, that there is peace and security in Marsabit. I have no interest, whether it's a Borana, whether it's a Gabra, whether it's Warendile, whether it's Dasnach. To me, they are criminals and they must be brought to book.
Jumatatu wiki hii watu 4 waliuawa. Inasemekana kuwa watu hao walikuwa wanafunzi wenye umri wa kati ya miaka 17 na 25. Siku 3 baadaye, watu 3 zaidi waliangamizwa katika mpaka wa kaunti ya Marsabit na Wajir.
Wale waliua watoto wetu hawajauawa leo hata mbali, waliuawa ndani ya Manyata. Na acha niambie Rendile, hawa vijana wetu waliuawa, hakuuawa kwa barabara hata mbali, katikati ni ndani ya Manyata.
Wanashuku kuwa viongozi wao ndio wanaeneza uhasama ulioko ili kujiendeleza kisiasa. Wanadai juhudi zao za kutetea haki za binadamu zinapingwa na maafisa wa usalama.
We cannot allow people to be reckless and escape with it. Statements which are capable to be inflammatory, which will further undermine the peace of the county.
Maoni ya gavana yanatiliwa mkazo na kamishna wa eneo la mashariki mwa nchi Isaiah Nakoru, anayesema kuwa polisi wanawajibika lakini wanazidi kuchachawizwa na ubinafsi wa wanasiasa.
Kama kuna viongozi ambao wanafurahia watu wamwage damu ndio wapate uongozi, huo ni upumbavu ambao hawezi kuwasaidia. Na kwa hivyo tunasema maafisa wetu, tumesema wasiokope mtu yeyote.
Hofu yake kubwa ni silaha zilizo mikononi mwa raia kinyume cha sheria.
Tumechoka, wananchi wamechoka, watu wanahitaji maendeleo. Wafukaji kila wakati wanajihusisha na ujinga, kuuana, kukimbiza ng'ombe, wakati Kenya inaendelea mambo mengine mengi.
Licha hayo yote, macho yote yatazidi kuelekezewa maafisa wa usalama kumaliza machafuko hayo ambayo yamesababisha vifo vya zaidi ya watu 10, wakiwemo maafisa 3 wa polisi katika eneo la Jaldesa. Charity Mwangi, NTV.
Kamati maalum ya Seneti imebuniwa kuchunguza uamuzi wa bunge la kaunti ya Kirinyaga kumng'atua gavana Anne Waiguru mamlakani. Haya yanajiri huku madiwani wa Kirinyaga wakisema kwamba kuna njama ya kumuokoa Waiguru kupitia bunge la Seneti. Mwanahabari wetu Seth Olale na taarifa kamili.
Kamati ya kuratibu shughuli za Seneti ilikutana awali leo katika majengo ya bunge na kupendekeza kamati maalum ya wanachama 11 itakayojadili uamuzi wa bunge la kaunti ya Kirinyaga kumuondoa gavana Anne Waiguru mamlakani. Waliopendekezwa kutoka chama cha Jubilee ni maseneta Gideon Moi wa Baringo, Anwar Oletiti Polamu, Johnson Sakaja wa Nairobi, seneta maalum Beth Mugo pamoja na mwenzake Halake. Mrengo wa NASA umependekeza kiranja wa wachache katika bunge hilo, Cleophas Malala, Moses Kajwang kutoka Homa Bay, Enoch Wambua wa Kitui, seneta maalum Judith Pareno pamoja na mwenzake Beatrice Kwamboka.
That recommendation has to be ratified by the plenary. So meaning the ultimate entity that is going to decide is the plenary. And I've given you a good example with the Waitito impeachment. It was a decision by the plenary despite a recommendation.
Wakati huo wawakilishi wadi kutoka kaunti ya Kirinyaga waliomtimua Waiguru siku ya Jumanne wanadai kwamba kiranja wa wengi katika seneti Irungu Kang'ata ana njama ya kumwokoa Waiguru kupitia bunge la seneti. Hata hivyo, kiranja huyo wa wengi amekana madai hayo.
Senate, wacheni tuache kusikia hiyo maneno tunasikia. Siku ya leo tumesikia venye majority whip amesema, na ni vibaya sana kupreempt a decision kabla haijafikia.
Mr. Irungu Kang'ata, usikize na usikize vizuri. This is not Korana. This is Kirinyaga County. You must not bring such kind of corruption. Na hiyo maneno ya kusema watu 11 wakafanya kesi ya mabilioni ya pesa ambayo imepotea hapa Kirinyaga. Tunataka Senate mzima isimame na wasimame na haki zao.
Kamati maalum itawasilisha majina hayo kwa wanachama wote wa bunge la seneti ambalo litakutana siku ya Jumanne kutathmini mswada wa kumuondoa Waiguru mamlakani.
The argument which has been made in particular by women rep for Kirinyaga, that is Madam Girishi, is that I've been mobilizing whipping members to support the committee with a view of exonerating Madam Waiguru. I want to tell everyone that myself, I do not make that decision. That decision is not made by House Business Committee. The decision will be made by the plenary on Tuesday.
Mahakama Kuu hiyo jana ilitupilia mbali ombi la gavana huyo kutaka shughuli ya kumuondoa mamlakani kusitishwa. Spika wa bunge la seneti Kenneth Lusaka alisema kwamba jumba kuu la seneti la kufanyia mjadala liko na uwezo la kujumuisha maseneta wote kwa shughuli ya wiki ijayo, huku akihimiza maseneta kuzingatia mikakati iliyowekwa kudhibiti ama kukabiliana na virusi vya korona. Seth Olale, NTV, katika majengo ya bunge, Nairobi.
Na tukielekea kaunti ya Kisumu, kulitokea kizaazaa katika kijiji cha Achiga katika kaunti hiyo pale umati wa waombolezaji waliokosa subra ulikurupuka katika boma la mwenda zake mwanamuziki wa Ohangla Bernard Onyango maarufu kama Abeni Jachiga na kuziba kaburi lake kuzuia mazishi yake. Waombolezaji hao waliojaa hamaki walikuwa wanataka mazishi yaahirishwe, wakisema msanii huyo aliyefariki jana alistahili taadhima kubwa zaidi. Ukusa na taarifa kamili.
Ni wakereketwa wa Abeni Jachiga ambaye ni maarufu kwa wimbo Manukasinde. Waliapa kutoruhusu mazishi kuendelea vile serikali ilikuwa imepanga.
Tusike ndugu yetu Abeni. Watu weke na maneno mingi. Hatutaki.
I want Anyang Nyong'o to know that we don't want to Zeka today. Yes. We just want to Kunyo. Let us Kunyo. Leave us to Kunyo. And tomorrow tutazeka kesho.
Msanii huyo wa Ohangla alifaa kuzikwa leo asubuhi kwa kuzingatia masharti ya kuzuia maambukizi ya COVID-19, lakini umati wa waombolezaji ulikurupuka kwake Chiga na kuvuruga mipango yote.
Hatujatoa rambirambi zetu kama familia na marafiki, hatujawekewa nyimbo zake tukatike. Tuko na uchungu mwingi sana. We are very sad. That is not right. It is not in order. What is the meaning of that? Naitwa Alfina Cheng Odhiambo.
Hii vile nilisikia tu ati Abeni amekufa. Nimechukua simu yangu paol. Sasa ni emergency. Kadi kwa hike ka ati anataka kusikwa hapa, ati kesho tutasikia ati ni corona. Wasike tu tutamtoa. Kulingana na zile wimbo za Abeni Jachiga, imebidi nikuja na sistangu wawili. Mmoja ako na watoto wawili, mmoja ako single. Mimi ni mtu wa Sipriana Witi. Kama ni Octopus tunafika, na mimi pia nataka nitoke hapa. Na kama ni Gwara natoka hapa na wasichana wawili, nafika nao Mabei County. Hata kama kafyu itafanya nilale Kindu Bay, nitalala Kindu Bay ama kitu.
Hapa walikiuka kanuni zote zilizowekwa na serikali kuzuia kuenea kwa homa ya korona machoni pa polisi, huku waombolezaji wakitaka kuona maiti ya mwenda zake.
Sisi tunajua kwa matango lazima tuvae mask. Na ameleta mtu wetu kama tujakuwa tayari. Sasa mimi nilikuwa tuna shilingi 10 ya kununua chapati na mask.
Juhudi za viongozi, polisi na maafisa wa kaunti kuwasawishi waombolezaji hao kuruhusu mazishi kuendelea ziliambulia patupu. Hatimaye maafisa hao waliondoka na kuacha jeneza la marehemu Abeni Jachiga mikononi mwa watu hao wenye hamaki. Huko Kusa, NTV Kisumu.
Na mtazamaji, taarifa hiyo kutoka kijijini Chiga kinotamatishia awamu ya kwanza ya NTV Jioni. Mtazamaji, nitarejea na taarifa zaidi baada ya muda usiokuwa mrefu.
Welcome to Kenya, this is my jam.
You know how we do it each and every Saturday live on your screens.
I Miss Katiwa, and of course my one and only DJ, the roughest and the toughest DJ Mo, will be on the decks.
This week, live from Kingston, Jamaica, Anthony B himself.
Yaga yo, it's Anthony B, and you can check me out this Saturday, 10 p.m. on NTV. Jam Down.
Jam Down KE is the hashtag. I'll see you 10 p.m.
It's beer fire, beer energy, beer vibes. It's all about upliftment, reality, and music.
Salute.
Don't go nowhere.
What comes to your mind when you think of the perfect home for your family? Victory Gardens offers exactly that and much more. Call us today on 0790 300 300 or visit www.optivan.co.ke.
Je, maumivu ya kichwa na kukosesha amani? Kaluma Strong hutuliza maumivu ya kichwa, maumivu ya mwili na hata huondoa joto jingi mwilini. Kaluma Strong ina aspirin kama kiungo. Maumivu yakizidi, muone daktari.
The Kenya Film Commission is glad to announce that the third edition of My Kenya, My Story mobile phone film competition received over 250 submissions. The call for submissions closed on the 3rd of June 2020. From the submissions, 20 top films will be shortlisted for public voting. You are encouraged to watch and vote for your away with 200,000 shillings, while the first and second runners-up will receive 150,000 shillings and 100,000 shillings respectively. Voting runs from the 16th of June 2020 through to the 26th of June 2020. The winners will be announced on the 30th of June 2020. Kenya Film Commission. Film Kenya. Capture Africa.
I'm here for small biasharas, in my hood or beyond. I'm here for my customers. Kuwasort every time they come through. Put your business on the map with Visa. Where you shop matters.
Kapu la biashara limeletwa kwako na PesaLink.
Na karibu tena mtazamaji. Wafanyabiashara wa Thika kaunti ya Kiambu wana sababu ya kutabasamu baada ya serikali kufufua huduma za uchukuzi wa mizigo kwa treni kufuatia kukarabatiwa kwa reli ya Nairobi hadi Thika.
Aidha, waziri wa uchukuzi James Macharia amesema kwamba ukarabati wa reli zingine katika maeneo mengine kama vile Malaba na Eldoret ungali unaendelea na unakaribia kukamilika, hatua itakayopiga jeki sekta ya uchukuzi na biashara, hususan katika usafirishaji wa mizigo na abiria. Kufikia sasa kampuni 6 za Thika zinategemea huduma za reli kusafirisha mizigo, hususan katika eneo la viwandani kwa ajili ya soko la nje ya nchi.
The road haulers need to go through the current road conditions, speed bumps, potholes, and this disrupts the contents of the container, and it takes roughly 40 days to get there. So there could be some damages occurring, but we find with the rail the transition is much smoother.
Kituo cha reli cha Thika kilikuwa takriban miaka 12 iliyopita. Reli hiyo ni sehemu ya kilomita 178 za reli ya Nairobi kwenda Nanyuki ambayo ilitekelezwa miaka 12 iliyopita kutokana na ukosefu wa kazi na kuharibika kwa reli.
This railway we are doing, which is from Nairobi to Nanyuki, it basically connects the two corridors. So in terms of development, it will actually traverse at least 7 counties. And this is what you bring development to our people.
Shirika la reli linasema ukarabati wa reli nzima hadi Nanyuki umefika 80% na wanalenga kusafirisha abiria 20,000 kwa siku kuanzia Julai mosi, wakati mradi huo wa shilingi bilioni 3 utakuwa umekamilika. Seth Olale, NTV.
Na ziwa Naivasha limevunja kingo zake na kusababisha mafuriko katika maeneo yaliyo karibu. Kulingana na wataalam, maji hayo yamekuwa yakiongezeka katika muda wa miezi kadhaa na bado yanazidi kupanda kwa kimo. Hivi ndivyo hali ilivyo katika mazingira haya karibu na ziwa Naivasha. Mafuriko kila mahali. Majumba, mashamba ya maua, hoteli na mitaa iliyo hapo yote yameathirika.
Lower campsite is gone. The swimming pool is gone also. And the water is still coming up.
As the lake level rises, let us make sure we conserve the riparian lake as per the gazetted contour. Anybody who was encroached must be removed out.
Aidha, wataalam wanadai kuwa shughuli za kilimo karibu na ziwa hilo zinachangia kupanda kwa kimo cha maji ya ziwa Naivasha.
Haya maji yametoka kwenye milima. Huku nao pia wakulima wale tumewaambia kwamba walime kwa njia nzuri, kwamba hakuna mchanga ama udongo ambao unaweza kuteremka huku na kuharibu ziwa hili.
A good rise in the lake levels, but studies have shown that our lake is losing its depth annually by around 3 centimeters.
Wataalam wanaongezea kuwa walioathirika na mafuriko hayo walijenga majengo yao katika ardhi ya vyanzo vya maji ya ziwa Naivasha.
Select PesaLink on your bank app or USSD. Step 2. Select either send to phone or send to account. Step 3. Input the phone number or account number to send money to and confirm the transaction. PesaLink. Easy, affordable, instant.
Kwingineko, kijana mmoja wa miaka 16 amekamatwa baada ya kumdunga kisu mara kadhaa hadi kufa mtoto wa miaka 2 wa dadake mjini Kikuyu katika kaunti ya Kiambu. Na kwingineko katika kaunti ya Kericho, wapangaji zaidi ya 60 wameanza kuhama makwao baada ya jumba jirani kuporomoka. Hizi na nyingine ni katika mseto ufuatao.
Kumeshuhudiwa kisa cha kutamausha Kikuyu kaunti ya Kiambu baada ya kijana wa miaka 16 ambaye ni mwanafunzi wa kidato cha kwanza kumdunga na kisu mara kadhaa mtoto wa miaka 2. Kulingana na polisi, mshukiwa huyo alimuua mtoto huyo na kumlaza kitandani. Mshukiwa huyo alitoweka baada ya mauaji hayo kabla ya kutiwa mbaroni. Kwa muda, kijana huyo amekuwa akimchunga mtoto huyo nyakati za mchana, mamake akiwa kazini. Kijana huyo atafikishwa mahakamani na kufunguliwa mashtaka ya mauaji pindi uchunguzi utakapokamilika. Sababu ya mauaji hayo bado haijabainika.
Kama saa 5 ya usiku ndiye alienda kumwangalia ndio amchenji walale. Akakuta mtoto amesaaga. Najua ni mtoto, unaona ni innocent. Kwa hivyo nafikiria vile alifanya hiyo kitendo alistuka hata hakuenda mahali.
Wakazi wa Kima kaunti ya Vihiga wameamkia kisa cha kutamausha baada ya mwanaume anayefanya kazi usiku kupatikana ameuawa kikatili. Kulingana na wakazi, kisa hicho ni cha pili katika siku za hivi punde, hali inayoibua wasiwasi miongoni mwa wenyeji. Ikumbukwe kuwa mabawabu 7 waliuawa kwa njia sawa na hiyo sokoni Kilingili, kilomita chache kutoka Kima. Mamlaka ya kitaifa ya ujenzi NCA na serikali ya kaunti ya Kericho imeamuru kwamba majumba mawili ya mtaa wa Tebs View Court sio salama kwa wapangaji 69 na sharti wahame mara moja. Majumba hayo ya ghorofa 4 yalikaguliwa baada ya jumba jirani kubomoka Jumanne, ambapo mtoto alifariki na mali nyingi kuharibiwa. Magari yalikuwa yamekwama katika vifusi vya jumba hilo yalitolewa. Wakati huo serikali ya Kericho imeanzisha programu ya kutengenezaji wa sabuni za maji na maski nusu milioni kama njia ya kupambana na janga la corona. Tayari wanafunzi wa chuo cha kiufundi cha Chepson wametengeneza lita 200. Maski 15,000 pia zimegawanywa kwa wakazi wa eneo hilo, hasa wale wasiojiweza. Kulingana na Bernard Kirui ambaye ni meneja wa chuo hicho, sabuni zinazotengenezwa zimeidhinishwa na shirika la kukadiria ubora wa bidhaa KEBS. Mradi huu unapania kutengeneza zaidi ya lita milioni 1 za sabuni na maski 5,000. Wakazi wa kijiji katika wodi ya Shianda huko Kiambaa, kaunti ya Kiambu, wamejitokeza kulalamikia mwanakandarasi anayejenga barabara moja sehemu hiyo, wakidai anaendelea na kazi kwa njia ambayo inaharibu barabara zao. Sasa wanamtaka gavana wa Kiambu kuchukua hatua za dharura kurekebisha hali hiyo. Kulingana na wakazi, mwanakandarasi aliyepo sasa anafaa kufurushwa.
Na mtazamaji, tunaenda mapumzikoni, nitarejea na taarifa za spoti.
Like every mother, I'm worried about dangerous insects, especially mosquitoes, which spread diseases like malaria to my loved ones. This year, I'm not afraid. I'm using Mortein Doom. Mortein Doom All Insect Killer provides protection in seconds. Not even a single mosquito is spared, because even one mosquito bite can cause malaria. Mortein Doom provides protection in seconds.
Niko sawa. Hivi nimetoka clinic na baba Brenda.
Mume wako anakubali mwende hospitali pamoja? Wangu hata nimlipe hauwezi kubali.
Ilibidi twende na yeye nipimwe. Yeye hapimwe. Kama kuna HIV nipewe dawa ndio mtoto asipate HIV.
Wanaume wenzangu, kuandamana na mama akienda clinic na pia kujua hali yako ya HIV ni muhimu. Inaonyesha unamjali na pia unajali mtoto wako mtarajio. Je, unajijua?
Unapoendelea kujikinga kutokana na HIV, tafadhali zingatia taratibu zote za serikali za kujikinga na virusi vya korona.
Afya bora, maisha bora. Jipime, jiinue.
At Stima Sacco, we are a reflection of you. We are a stable, financially sound institution providing tailor-made services to add value to your life, time and money. We are guided by your aspiration. We are Stima Sacco, a true reflection of you.
We all are looking for products to protect ourselves from viruses, but not all products protect us. Did you know that using Dettol soap and water protects against viruses? Many viruses are surrounded by an envelope with receptors that enable them to enter a human cell and cause infection. Dettol soap destroys the outer layer of the virus and effectively removes it. Protect your family from the spread of viruses with Dettol. Dettol cleans and is now tested and proven to be effective against COVID-19 virus. This has been Medivax for Dettol.
Na karibu tena mtazamaji kwenye taarifa za spoti. Timu ya Kenya jana usiku ilizidiwa nguvu na ile ya Norway katika mbio za chuo za mita 2000. Norway iliwakilishwa na kaka watatu wa familia ya Ingebrigtsen, ilhali Kenya iliongozwa na bingwa wa dunia katika mita 1500 miaka ya 2019 na 2017, Timothy Cheruiyot na Elijah Manangoi. Hata hivyo mazingira yalikuwa tofauti sana, kwani Wakenya walikimbia katika nyanda za juu za hewa pamoja na mvua kubwa uwanjani Nyayo hapa Nairobi, huku wapinzani wao wakiwa katika mazingira shwari kwa kila namna uwanjani Bislett jijini Oslo. Mbaraki Sports Club imeanza kufanya marekebisho ya uwanja wao kwa ajili ya kuhakikisha unaweza kuandaa mechi za kimataifa. Akiongea na wanahabari wa michezo katika uwanja huo wakati wa kukagua ukarabati unaoendelea katika uwanja, mkurugenzi wa Mbaraki Sports Club Dickson Kibagende alisema tayari wamerekebisha uwanja wa kuchezea, kuondolewa wachezaji dhiki ya kila mara. Na mtazamaji, na kufikia hapa sina budi kutamatisha NTV jioni. Kwa wote waliofanikisha taarifa hizi, shukran sana. Lakini hapa Honorable Fedha Moffat anasema ili gavana Gawaiguru kuondolewa mamlakani yafaa watumie tu njia ile ile waliotumia kumuondoa gavana Waititu mamlakani. Na Caleb Chauro anasema tutazidi kulia kila kukicha tusipotunza mazingira yetu. Anasema Ziwa Naivasha ni onyesho dhahiri mazingira lazima yalindwe vikamilifu. Na mtazamaji, ni hayo tu. Naitwa Nuru Abdulaziz. Mwenzangu wa ishara ni Flora Atieno. Alamsiki.
This is NTV. I help women find independence by training them in fish farming. It's tough on my back, joints, and can cause headaches. Panadol Extra relieves multiple types of pain. If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
What makes a Kenyan dental mom powerful?
I encourage my kids to learn new things. And if they get hurt, I rely on the power of my Dettol's One Capful. To fight germs, it's like my own first aid kit.
My family needs protection from germs. I use the power of Dettol's One Capful to disinfect surfaces and clothes to keep them clean and safe from germs.
I trust the power of Dettol's One Capful for bathing. The power of Dettol's One Capful protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Dettol, Kenya's #1 antiseptic for fighting germs. Become a powerful Kenyan mom with Dettol. Be 100% sure.
Whole life is in my phone.
Niko na simu ya baba. Niko na simu ya baba. Niko na simu ya baba. Mimi niko sawa. Niko na simu ya baba. Kanipicha simu ya baba.
For a better tomorrow, don't forget to do the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate every night.
Blue Band Margarine. New look, same great taste.
Our guest today is the first Kenyan fashion designer to be featured in Vogue magazine.
Hand wash was getting sold out, sanitizers were getting sold out, masks were getting sold out, and then I'm like, what about the people that live in Kibera? Right now, we're giving out like more than 7,000 for free, all for free. Maybe in Runda there, you had gone to dance somewhere, and then somebody's phone get lost. The first people are like, yo, this guy from Kibera.
NTV, turning on your world. The following program has been rated PG. It may contain scenes unsuitable for children under the age of 10.
The Weekend Edition in association with Telkom Night Bundles.
Hello and welcome to the Wicked Edition. I'm Dr. Kingori. This is yet another classic episode for you. Remember, we have covered different professions on this show, from aviation, yoni mambo na ndege, flying, yoni mambo na ndege, kila kitu. Flying, aviation safety, na tukauliza retired Captain Kiboi na Magi Wamboi maswali kama zote. Ndege ikishaenda imeenda. Ukioko 10,000, 20,000 feet. Yes. So kutoka na mlango itakusaidia na nini? And you loved it. We have done like 3 episodes on the police na ile akina Agina Kwaches being the most recent.
Hii upolisi hauileti kwa relationship. Ukifika pale kwa relationship, mimi ni demu ni chali. Finito.
Oh really?
Yes.
Haikuangi ati option
Si
either
ati,
ulale
sasa,
ndani ama ulale ndani. You loved it too. Tumefanya story ya military and where we brought retired Major Wairimu Mukuria and former Special Forces soldier Byron Adera, just to mention some of the most informative episodes we have done. Now all this time kumbe we have never touched on medicine, and I think that's why kila mtu anaulizanga mimi ni daktari wa aina gani.
Are you a doctor of medicine or a doctor of theory?
Don't ask about that. Now,
Come on.
yes, you have to be conscious.
Daktari, what do you treat?
Kumbe leo ndio ile siku. We have two of the finest minds in the health sector, so brace yourself for a very healthy conversation. Now, the acting Secretary General of the KMPDU, Dr. Mwachonda Chibanzi, is in the house. Also in studio is my fellow learned friend. I hope you don't have a problem with that intro. Kama unafikiria sijasoma, nimeisoma hapa tu sahi hata mimi. My fellow doctor, Dr. Nyashira Muthiga, is in the house. Also, this is one of the episodes that come with a backup of good news. Watu wa usiku sako, I have a special package for you from Telkom Kenya. Now, there's a new offer in these streets. I'm talking about 5 GB at 50 bob only, or 700 MBs daily, coming with an extra backup ya 700 MBs night bundles valid from midnight. Ukiuliza wase wa mtandao watakwambia sasa hapo ndio siku inaanza. I'll give you more details on that in a bit. I'll be speaking to Dr. Nyashira and Dr. Mwachonda, who are experts in the field of medicine. But first, we need to talk about the experts who decided to treat us abnormally. Everyone hoped the president will open up the country. Alafu Saturday ndio Wakenya wakagundua kumbe hii butua mnasikianga kwa composition na insha, kumbe ni kitu mnaweza ona in person.
Some, myself included, wanted us to open up now. That was and is still my desire.
That was not funny. What's funny is where all the hope that the president would open up the country started.
Hatuwezi kuendelea maisha na curfew. Na tukifungua
Many hopes. What is it that the president has not delivered in 8 years that you expected him to deliver in 5 days? However, first, I think it's important to focus all our energies in the right place. The president is not to blame here. He said it himself that he wished at the time of the speech and was still willing to open the economy, lakini experts wakakataa. So the question is, kwa nini wanakutuma? How experts ungewacha sisi tuongee na wao? We would have come to understanding. Who are these experts, by the way?
Our brain trust, our experts, some of whom are standing behind us.
Isn't it ironic that in that video there is no one behind the president? But hizi ni vitu tumezoea. Ni mara ngapi mtu amekunyima kitu na unaiona? Ati ndugu yangu unaenda town. Si uniweke hapo Nyayo. Hata siendi town, sasa nimefika. But at least hatukutoka bure on Saturday. The dusk to dawn curfew was extended from 7 p.m. To 5 a.m. which vile ilikuwa to 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. So basically, waliongeza giza na 2 hours, waka-extend mchana na 1 hour. So in layman's language, that's 1 step forward, 2 steps backwards. And if you think you got it hard last Saturday, you should find comfort kwa ile masaibu ilionekana Kirinyaga County this week. MCAs spent the night at the county assembly offices just to impeach Governor Waiguru. That statement makes them sound like very hardworking people. Ati Buddha, umesikia ma MCA wa Kirinyaga walilala job. Sounds like hard work until you find out that kulala walikuwa melala, literally. And here's why.
Nobody in the assembly who voted to impeach Waiguru, and we are very happy about that.
Okay, hebu tuachane na mambo ya impeachment kwanza. Hiyo ni mask kama ni scarf ya mdomo. What is mheshimiwa protecting? Now, I think amevaa hiyo mask hivyo ndio achunge kile anasema. Now, one thing you've got to give to the Kirinyaga MCAs is that theirs was the most peaceful impeachment ever. Have you seen how Kisumu MCAs conduct an impeachment? Mimi ukiniuliza naweza sema hiyo ndio inaitwa COVID-19. Coffee hapa, coffee pale. Na bado sijaongelea Nakuru, sijaongelea Nyeri. Now, Kirinyaga MCAs knew they were impeaching their governor, but instead of war, they decided to sleep on it. Tukiwapo kwa sleeping, watu wa usiku sako, I've got good news to keep you awake all night, and the good news is from Telkom Kenya. I'm giving out 1,000 bob airtime. And I'm going to read out the 12 digits live on air. Ukipata hiyo credo, send me a screenshot on any of my social media platforms. That is Dr_Kingori on Twitter and Instagram. Dr. Kingori on Facebook, that's Dr. Kingori. I'll add you another 1,000 bob or not. So, for the digits, na mkairada. Hizo digits zayo credo. Hii ni wajanja. Between 0 and 1, kuna 10 digits. I'll be reading out the 10 digits before the end of this first part of the show, so karada. That said, hapo juu, I mentioned a few professions that we have featured on this show. Na kama umekuwa ukifuata show for the past few weeks, you'll definitely have noticed that our focus has been on the construction sector. We actually have a dedicated segment for that. Now, my friend Bernardo Diero anakuanga kinichocha sana vile alifanya job ya mjengo, but sijawahi kuwa na proof. Well, this week, nilimpeleka kwa interview kwa ofisi za Toolkit iSkills, one of the companies I've mentioned adversely on this show. Ndio niweze kujua ni area gani alikuwa anacheza muziki. This was fun. Check it out.
Inaweza enda shule tunataka pepa upewe ya koroga. Yaani umepoa hapo hujai inuka ukakuwa fundi. Unakuanga tu kwa hiyo part ya koroga. Hapo pia ina make sense kweli unatafuta pepa hapo.
Ndio ati niko na certificate ya koroga ama diploma ya koroga.
Hakuna nini ya koroga at the moment, but unajua watu wa koroga pia ni wenye wanatumika kwa mawe, si ndio? Wengi wao wa mawe. Hao tunawaita masons. Hao ni masons. So unaweza pata certificate ya masonry. Hiyo ni competence ya kuonyesha umelani hiyo kazi, hiyo skill na uko nayo as a mason.
Kuna mtu amefanya mjengo for 20 years, ni pro, akona makija amejenga, si ndio? But to have an edge anahitaji kupata certificate. Na hajui kuandika, unaget? How will he copy the exam?
The system yenye sisi tunatumia yenye tuna encourage watu watumie kupata certificate ni through the National Industrial Training Authority. Test inakuanga 90% practical. So mtu kama huyo hata kama hajui kuandika jina, anaweza saidiwa andike jina yake. But Kenya atakuwa tested ni ile skill ako nayo. Na hiyo skill umesema amefanya 15 years, already anaweza show up hapo. Akishow up anapita exam.
So kama yeye ni fundi noma sana, anaweza pata 92% ya kuandika jina.
Yeah, anaweza pata 92%.
Mtihani ya fundi ni 90% practical. So mtu anasomeaje mtihani? Mtu anasomeaje exam? How do you revise?
Mtihani 90% practical, but you need hata kurevise vile. So umesema umefanya kwa mjei miaka 10. So uko na hiyo skill, uko na hiyo ujuzi, already unaijua. So Kenya unaenda kutestiwa ni kitu unajua. Kenya tu tutakuprepare ni siku ya exam, ni nini unafaa kubeba kama ID yako, umake sure uko nayo. Juu utakubalishwa kukaa chini ufanye exam kama una vitu kama hizo.
Si mambo na notes tunaenda kurevise usiku kesho ni exam.
Ama ununue kokoto
ama kokoto unapata huko kwa exam room.
Kwa exam hizo vitu zote utapewa, zile vitu unahitaji ama Kenya NITA ndo wataset exam. Kenya watataka kukutest nayo, hizo vitu zote zitakuwa prepared.
How does one get to join Toolkit?
Tuko na njia 3 venye watu wanaweza taka kujoin. Unapata kuna hizi non-governmental organization zenye zinataka kusponsor watu. Unaelewa?
Yes.
So wanakujanga wanatuambia tuko na watu wanataka kuwa sponsored, especially kutoka pengine informal settlements, na wanataka kufanya technical skill training.
Yes.
Unaelewa? So wakikam kwetu hao wana expertise ya kutrain. Hao wako na watu na wanataka kuwa sponsor. So sisi tunakaa chini, tunaangalia hao watu wametoka area gani, tunawa-assess kila kitu, tunaona okay ni kutoka Eastlands. So tunatafuta ile shule tuko na understanding nayo, MOU, tuna enroll huko, wanakuwa trained na hiyo shule. Ya pili kuna yenye unapatanga wasee kwa familia wamesema kijana wetu anakanga tu mtaani, tunawasaidia kuenroll kijana. Njia ya 3 kuna wenye wanakujanga kama mse kama Bernard anakam anasema mimi ni mfundi nimefanya kwa mjengo miaka kadhaa, nahitaji certificate. Unaelewa? But unajisponsor, umefanya kwa mjengo, umekonga ukisave to saving twako. Juu sasa unataka kuendelea ama unataka hata kufungua kampuni yako. Na compliance moja ya kufungua kwa kampuni ni hizo makaratasi. Si expensive, ni yote mtu wa mjei anaweza afford, but Kenya si advise watu ni vizuri kushikana kama mkiwa kama group. Kama squad. Hiyo inakuanga at least a little bit cheaper kuliko uzito yote inakuangukia wewe peke yako.
Sasa mimi kitu imenifurahisha Kingori, hata sisi watu wamekuwa wakitucheka huku, ukikutana mtu mkikosana na mtu amesoma ati I have papers, hata watu wa mjengo tunaenda kuwa na papers.
Now over to myself, back in studio. All this has been made possible by Habitat for Humanity, which is an organization with a long history of promoting affordable and adequate housing across the globe. And towards this end, Habitat for Humanity wako na branch inaitwa Tawilga Center for Innovation in Shelter, and it is supporting and promoting housing innovation and solutions through market-based approaches. Now, among the center's programs ni kama housing construction labor, and this is a program that seeks to improve access to and adoption of quality housing construction services. Na such ni kama zilizo services na providiwa na mafundi. Now, our main topic today is a special dedication to the frontline workers in the health sector, to be specific, doctors, aspiring doctors, former and aspiring patients. Mnajua nyinyi watu wangu, so nikiwaambia ni moto itakuwa moto. But before we extend this conversation to the second part of the show, I owe you the 10 digits between 0 and 1 to make up the 12 numbers in a 1,000 bob Telkom scratch card. The numbers, Karada, the numbers between 0 and 1 are 9, 5, 7, 5, 0, 5, 9, 8, 2, 3. I'll repeat. The numbers between 0 and 1 ni 9, 5, 7, 5, 0, 5, 9, 8, 2, 3. Load it up. Ikiingia kwa simu yako, send me a screenshot on Dr_Kingori on Twitter and Instagram, Dr. Kingori on Facebook, alafu ni kuongeze thao ingine. And this is all courtesy of Telkom Kenya. And in this promo, everybody wins in some way. Just dial *544# uone vile usiku sako bundles zinatesa. That said, we have Dr. Mwachonda and Dr. Nyashira. Dr. Mwachonda ni wa KMPDU, all on the second part of the show. So see you guys in a bit.
Aje, mimi Jonte Fresh. Mimi ndio nimetambulika hii Gikomba yote sekta ya manguo. Jumio transform nguo ordinary za mtush zenye ziuka mna hii harufu ya bail into the freshest igikosi yote. Siri ni hii Ariel mpya ya pink. Na kushow mtush zinang'ara kung'ara kushinda kamera. So clean, so fresh. Ma customer unaisana na hii story. Ninatumia Ariel touch of down mpya tu.
Explorers of the night, wale wase wa kuhustle usiku, kustreama movies, music mix diehards, and gaming fanatics. We've heard you. It is now your time to fly your flag high. Do what you love, mpaka che na Telkom. Join Usiku Sako with Telkom night bundles that allow you rule the night at prices you love. Join our tribe, Usiku Sako Squad. Just dial *544# from your Telkom line and select the night bundle of your dreams. You are the legend the night needs.
Applications are ongoing for the June and September 2020 programs for diploma, bachelor's, master's and PhDs in all our campuses with online classes available. Prevent the spread of COVID-19 by following the government health guidelines. The University of Nairobi is a world-class university committed to scholarly excellence.
This new pack is available in all leading supermarkets and outlets. It's still the same flour. Pembe yangu ni poa.
For a better tomorrow, don't forget to do the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate every night.
You're watching The Wicked Edition in association with Telkom Night Bundles.
Welcome back to the Wicked Edition. I'm Dr. Kingori. Like I promised you, tuko na show nzito sana, and we have in studio the Secretary General, acha niseme acting, for the sake of professionalism, acting Secretary General wa KMPD, wacha nisijichoche na ma acronym sahi, because my medicine practice is in a different field. Dr. Mwachonda Chibanzi is in the house. We also have in studio a personal friend, also a doctor, long time friends, you know?
Yes.
Msiningarie sana. Dr. Nyashira is also in the house. Karibuni sana.
Asante.
Do you guys have your favorite patient? As in, maze, this is my favorite disease, bana. Maze, mimi mtu akiniletea cholera mimi kwa home. Do you have that?
No, I don't think there's a favorite illness.
But
there are some favorite patients, like the patient who does as instructed.
Yeah.
You know, you actually look for it. I don't know if you've had. Then there are those we call.
Not, of course, there's that.
We call science patient, the one who followed prediction.
Is a favorite in terms of, maze, patient alikuwa sawa. I'd love to treat you again.
No.
As in,
no.
maze, see you soon. As in,
No. We want you to go. Go and be fine. Don't come back. Preferably.
We don't want people to be sick again until you come back and treat you.
Must come back.
No. Once you're well, you're good. We just pray that you don't come sick again.
Yes.
You know.
You guys don't have that relationship with your customers?
No, we don't have that separation anxiety. However, we hope that our service was good for you.
Yes.
That if you find yourself in a similar situation,
yes,
that you actually trust us enough to come back.
Yeah. When it comes to practice, what's the hardest part your job?
Lots of patients.
The hardest part for me, I'll be honest, is not treating. The hardest part is dealing with outcomes of treatment that are not up to what you expected. Like
dealing with outcomes?
Yes, outcomes. Like I see a patient and I've done everything as per the book. My expectation is that tomorrow I'll discharge this patient to go home. And I come and the following day the patient
is gone.
Either dies when I'm there or died. That's very tough. The other part is actually talking to people about their illnesses when they're very severe.
Okay.
Like here we are now, we are looking at palliative care, which means we can't treat you anymore to make you recover. That's because that's now human connection.
And have you ever written off a patient halafu ukakutana na yeye Yesu alikuja na hakutumana, so he's out there walking.
It has happened.
Sidio mimi huyu. Sidio, daktari gani? Have you ever had such a case?
No, not for the patient was not expressing themselves like that, but there are patients who you see them and in your mind you're like, this one I might not find them here tomorrow. And actually tomorrow they're very happy to see you.
Not tomorrow. I'm talking about a year later. Strong.
Oh, a year later.
Let me tell you, but they are very interesting story when you're talking about that. So I think this is almost 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Patient comes in, cut by a panga here. Bleeding. So
imefika kwa pulmonary artery.
It was half an inch.
Tuongee kama we know these things.
It was half an inch from the jugular and the carotid. So by the time because he'd been clamped, by the time we opened it fully, in fact we just said this guy is lucky. Because it was, you're seeing
it had not reached the gullet.
It was half an inch. It has cut up until half an inch remaining to get to the jugular and the carotid here.
Which is the most dangerous, the jugular or the gullet?
Gullet.
Esophagus. Haikufikia hiyo pipe ya hewa.
Esophagus iko ndani.
Half an inch ni huku nje.
You see this you see this pap here.
In the outskirts ya mali ideas.
Yeah, where there's this just beneath the skin.
But it haiko imefikia place pia pipe ya.
And so that guy we did our best. Out there, the entire community has come. So we saw him, he was paper white, like there's no blood in circulation, very little. So we called the lab, we got 4 units. He was very lucky. So one of us had to actually unscrub from theater to go and talk to the relatives just to tell them, by the way, we have managed to stop your bleeding for the patient, but it doesn't look good because we knew him surviving was going to be difficult. In fact, we did our best. We had to pump in the blood using syringes, not let it run through.
Yes.
So after 3 units of pumping it, the guy actually did. I can tell you, the anesthetist jumped and said, Jesus Christ.
Akarudi back to life.
Yes, and then the interesting thing is 3 months later, I'm in the hospital corridor.
Yes.
I hear someone tap me. I'm like, yes.
It was the guy.
Unanikumbuka? Nikamwambia no. Mimi nilikuwa nimekatwa hapa kanionyesha.
So basically,
I was like,
moral of the story ni mwenye alimkata na panga knew when to stop.
I don't think alijua to stop.
No. But he stopped at the right time.
Yeah, he was lucky.
Na wewe hauna story ya nini kuokoa maisha?
Actually, now that it's narrated, I remember this lady, and this happened actually about 4 months ago. So this lady had been treated for a heart disease, and had been started on treatment, and then she got a reaction, an alapri.
Yes.
And so she got what we call angioedema. Her tongue was very swollen. It was really bad.
Swollen as in?
Ikajaa kwa mdomo.
You can't see through.
So she could barely breathe. It was really bad.
Yes.
So of course, what happens in some illnesses, it changes even your appearance. Like how you look when you're well, and how you look when you're unwell is very different.
Yeah.
And so later on, maybe 2 weeks later, I walk in and I sought her out. Now she had come in with high blood pressure, and we were trying to reduce that. So I'm sorting her out. I'm going on with my business. She's like, I want to talk to you, because now my shift was over and I was about to leave. She's like, I want to talk to you. And so I joke about it. I'm like, hey, you want to talk when I'm about to leave? So she's like, no, you have to come and talk to me. She's like, have you ever seen me? I'm like, no, I have not seen you.
The last
you
time
can't
I saw you,
remember
couldn't
me.
talk.
No, I can't even remember that she's the one.
Amechange kabisa.
Then she reminds me, and I just was like, what?
And when you meet such people,
no, but it is now that affirms. It affirms the work that you do.
And when you meet such people, kama huyo wapanga, don't you get the feeling, you owe me your life, man? As in,
no.
I think for you, the satisfaction is that he came in a state that was what you call near death.
Yeah.
But out of the actions that you did, he survived and is walking. That gives a lot of peace and satisfaction, knowing that I've helped someone actually stay alive. But it's not you.
It actually gives you a lot of humility.
It's not you who say,
I think
you
it actually
you're being
puts
modest. You can't take the credit.
It puts you in a state of humility. It is just humility, by the way. There are things you don't take credit for. It's not possible. Because so it means you'll take blame for the ones who die.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So you can't pick this and not the other. It actually puts you in a state of humility. Both outcomes, very good and very bad, they actually just put you in a state.
So the bad outcomes are there to neutralize the good outcomes?
No, actually, every doctor who goes to work hopes for a good day.
The best. You don't want to go home and start thinking, and it happens to us, by the way.
Yeah. And then what's the term for a doctor killing it? As in, sisi unajua kwa comedy ni mazee umeua. As in, what's for your kind of doctors?
There are no heroes in medicine.
Kabisa.
So there are really no heroes. Sometimes
but we are calling you heroes during this COVID times.
No, among us, in our circles, this situation, Dr. Machonda, please come.
Okay.
It's teamwork.
It's teamwork. Because you see, in the care of a patient, there are nurses, right? There is the pharmacist who dispensed the medication. There is the cleaner who ensured that the place was... For one patient, there is a lot of work that goes into it.
Okay. Na shift yako ikiisha, na ulikuwa umetoa roho ya mtu ndio imetoka.
Haiwezi mpaka umalize.
Shift yenu ni job ikiisha.
So you have to return the heart. In such a situation, is until you finish what you are doing.
Oh, by the way, it could be you're supposed to leave in the next 2 minutes. Your time is up.
And it starts.
And the next thing, a patient comes in a very bad state, you will have to finish with that patient fully.
There are times you find yourself at work for 36 hours.
Yeah.
You stand longer. Well, and the interesting thing is you actually forget that you are just about to leave. Yes.
But after 36 hours, what more can you give? So you've given the 24 that is standard for everybody.
Now that one is the one I call passion.
You do the best you can.
The ability to stretch.
I mean, it's the adrenaline, I think, and also to you're focusing on need to help you, I need to help you, I need to help you, I need to help you.
Yeah.
So at times you even forget that you actually haven't eaten.
Yeah.
So when you start feeling, okay, I have so many colleagues who've actually almost collapsed in theater. That's when I told, okay, fine, now where you've reached, you need to go and rest. You see, that's how much the sacrifice is.
I understand. Hata mimi nakula rahisi na hiyo jina yenu. But then, when it comes to surgery, umefungua mtu ndani, si ndio? As in, As in, which is the easiest part to treat? Kutoka juu kwenda chini ama huko kwingine?
There's no easy part.
There's no easy part.
Okay, but which is the fun part?
There's no fun part.
I don't think there's fun.
Huku juu I would think there are so many wires. So huko chini ni mguu imeingia kwa hii na hii nyingine and a few muscles. Is there a difference?
It's interconnected.
Oh, it's
the body is a
The
system.
body is interconnected. It's a system. Your head and the brain controls your movements and everything.
And you've seen a human heart ile ya ukweli.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mmefungua mkaona alafu mkafunga.
Yeah.
So when you see the guy again, unajua I know you inside out.
let me tell you the beauty is, yes. You open me, you open her, and we open you. Whatever we'll see is very similar. If it's the heart, in terms of its structure, it's blood. You see, so it's very similar. By the way, the body is very similar in terms of blood circulation, in terms of the organs. They're all shaped the same. Some slight variations due perhaps due to certain modifications naturally, but it's the same. So your heart, my heart, and her heart probably might vary maybe in size a bit, but in reality, the morphology is the same. It's a heart. So you can't say if they were to be removed and put here and you're told, pick your heart. Kingori's heart, pick Nyashira's heart. Without any label.
My
you can't.
It's full of joy. As in, you can't see these things.
You can't. Those are expressions and emotions. The heart is a very physical organ.
As in, there's no signs for emotions wakati you're operating. Ati huyu jamaa anakuanga.
No.
Hii ni kiburi. As in, unatoa kiburi.
No, hiyo
hakuna hizo manini.
Hakuna hiyo.
In the field of medicine, Daily Nation recently carried a headline wanasema ati most students have checked out of picking medicine as a course. And hii career yenu ni ile many are called but few are chosen. Sindio? You said it yourself. There are people who quit. Kwa ile round ya let's see campus vile what you are going. Kuna watu wanaachia hapo. Sindio?
Whether people pick or not, it's usually based on, back then it was, you either become a doctor, a lawyer, an architect. There were two more. An engineer, and another one, I forget. But now, of course, with options, yes, and pilot. With options, it's good. I mean, look at you, Kengori. There are options. There are other career options, and people are doing well. So not to underestimate any career. But medicine has a way it pushes all your limits. In fact, all those things people write in CVs, I can work under pressure, I can work for long hours. Medicine exploits all those things in one person.
Medicine is a social science. In fact, what it does is it gives you a very wide angle of how you see life, because you see life from inception, in the same hospital, like you can have experiences like I've had where in the morning between 8 and 10, you are delivering a baby, and then from 10 to 12, you're conducting a postmortem.
Okay.
That's full spectrum from birth to death, and that's life.
Yes. And that's probably every day in your life.
Yes, yeah. So you imagine going through that. So it gives you a wide angle, and also it exposes, and that's where the union comes in that you're asking about. It makes you, not just welfare of doctors. You see, as doctors, we see these people, we see Kenyans suffer so much, and you realize that this suffering is perhaps because of the system of governance, perhaps because the healthcare system is not being given the correct financing, the correct attention it deserves for people not to suffer. And you look at social protection and social services, I mean, every Kenyan, even in our constitution, has the right to the highest attainable quality of health.
Okay.
You get. So when you see all that, and I like about our generation of doctors who are really passionate about change in the society and not just. So yes, we fight for the doctors, but the bigger picture is that it is the experiences you see Kenyans suffering, those Kenyans who cannot afford to go private facilities to pay, and they tell you, I don't have the money.
Okay.
You see, so out of that, you start seeing, okay, you ask yourself, where is the problem? You realize this person doesn't have, all they do is pay taxes and get so then you come out and you start saying, this needs to be done, this needs to be done. So that's how you get the change.
You've practiced for how many years?
5 years.
5 years?
Yes.
You've practiced for?
7th year now.
I've practiced for 10. I've done all of you guys. But anyway, congratulations, asanteni sana for the good work you're doing. Yeah. We are different in the sense that tuseme kama hizo reaction ya dawa, kama short people, the heart is closer to the legs, so No. I don't know. As in, these are things people say. Aki msiniweke.
Yeah.
Okay, director wetu ni mfupi anateta, but checky. But these are things that are considered. Sindio how a tall person reacts to medicine bado ni different. Pole Mark.
It's the body surface
No,
area,
it's
perhaps, not the dimensions.
It is not the height or the.
It's the total body surface area.
But see, the food takes a shorter time to reach the legs for a short person.
No. It's the same.
You don't learn that.
It's the same. You eat the food, it goes into the stomach, it takes the same time, average time for digestion before it is absorbed back as nutrients into your body and circulates in your body.
Thank you.
That system is the same.
Na nikikuja hospitali, niekewe damu yako, does that mean we are relatives? I'm sorry for this question. These are rush hour questions.
Does it mean?
Nikiekewa damu yako, it runs in my body kidogo, zizoeane. If I go to test for DNA, are we relatives?
No, you won't be relatives. The thing about blood is it has to match because we have blood groups that are standard, 4 blood groups types.
A, B, O.
So either A or A, B, B.
But our blood has matched.
Pardon?
But our blood has matched.
It has matched because of the similar proteins, but it's not the same when it comes to
genetic
DNA.
composition.
Genetic composition is
So damu ni nzito kuliko mani propaganda.
Si propaganda. I think hiyo inamaanisha
ukiangalia
kwa undani. Sasa tuende Kiswahili. Kwa undani inamaanisha kwamba mtu ambaye mmetoka nyumba moja ambaye mmezaliwa pamoja na mzazi mmoja mtakuwa na uhusiano wa karibu zaidi kuliko ule ambaye ni wakana.
Tumeongelea tu juju the process ya how to become a doctor. Umesema ulikuwa unapiga simu home una quit. Ungekuwa nini? As in, there's so much
dedication, commitment. Is what is required, and discipline and humility. That is what is required in the profession.
Discipline, devotion.
Without that, you will drop out of medical school. That's the reality.
Same old. Discipline, dedication, and diligence.
Yes.
That was the school motto of our school, and that's how I became a doctor. Asanteni sana.
Which school was that?
Govio Boys High School, St. Thomas More.
Okay.
The best school in the eastern part of this country should be the best part of Central Africa. In fact,
I thought you were going to say the whole of Africa. Unasema Kenya peke yake.
Nimeenda nikiexpand nimejaribu kukumbuka sijauliza shule.
Hapo umetudanganya hapo. Hapo umetudanganya.
Aje, Govio Boys.
Sasa umeanza na Kenya kwanza.
Si nimeenda na stages, nimeenda nikigrow. Nimegrow from Eastern to Kenya to Africa. Nimeenda systematic. But asanteni sana kwa kukaa.
Thank you very much. I went to Alliance, tunasemea wapi?
That's it for the weekend edition. See you next week. My name is Dr. Kingori.
The Weekend Edition in association with Telkom Night Bundles.
I help women find independence by training them in fish farming. It's tough on my back, joints, and can cause headaches. Panadol Extra relieves multiple types of pain. If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
Kwa majina mimi naitwa Martha Mwaijacho. Before niende training, Kenya ambacho nilikuwa nikifanya mtani nilikuwa nikihustle nilikuwa nikiuza viatu vya Kiswahili. Nilijua na toolkit kupitia Big Ship ambayo inatoka Mikinani. After that toolkit ndio ikatupeleka Nita. Nikaitwa nikaenda Agol. Nilipoanza Agol, I got myself interested with scaffolding. Kanza scaffolding, I was the first lady. There was some challenges I used to pass through. Nilikuwa nikiambiwa nibebe materials, but kivyangu mimi nikajitia moyo nikasema no. Sitakuwa mtu wa kubeba materials. Nitakuwa mtu nataka kukua fundi. Right now I can go to 16 meters. I can walk. I'm ready for everything.
The Kenya Film Commission is glad to announce that the third edition of My Kenya, My Story mobile phone film competition received over 250 submissions. The call for submissions closed on the 3rd of June 2020. From the submissions, 20 top films will be shortlisted for public voting. You are encouraged to watch and vote for your favorite short film, which will be done by the Kenya Film Commission YouTube platform. The winner of Best Short Film will walk away with 200,000 shillings, while the first and second runners-up will receive 150,000 shillings and 100,000 shillings respectively. Voting runs from the 16th of June 2020 through to the 26th of June 2020. The winners will be announced on the 30th of June 2020. Kenya Film Commission. Film Kenya. Capture Africa.
This Sunday on Churchill Show,
I got into singing. Just immediately I got into theater.
we feature a story of passion, perseverance, and what it takes to build a brand.
What has the bed got to do with it? Because I'm here thinking, hiyo kitanda inaingilia wapi?
Madam, you can even find her dancing to Chronics. Uko tu hapo tu kwa Chronics. Anasema, "Ngano wacha ngo." Huyo mtu anasema nina.
This is the story of Jackie Nyaminde, Will Broder.
Kondoro mwalo, kondoro kondoro.
Tunakanya.
Welcome to Kenya. This is my jam.
You know how we do it each and every Saturday live on your screens.
I, Miss Katiwa, and of course my one and only DJ, the roughest and the toughest DJ Mo, will be on the decks.
This week, live from Kingston, Jamaica, Anthony B himself.
Yaga yo, it's Anthony B, and you can check me out this Saturday, 10 p.m. on NTV. Jam Down.
Jam Down KE is the hashtag. I'll see you 10 p.m.
It's beer fire, beer energy, beer vibes. It's all about upliftment, reality, and music.
Salute.
Don't go nowhere.
Let me see the real warrior, pop up chain and break barrier.
NTV, turning on your world.
A very good evening to you, and it's Friday, so the only thing that you can look forward to when the week comes to an end is you watching TTTT and the Trend right here on NTV. My name is Amina Abdirabah. I hope you had a fantastic week because there was so much that went down. Before you meet your panelists, how about we take a look at some of the stories that were so big that had to trend all week long. Starting off with a 60-year-old man who was on Wednesday robbed at gunpoint by 3 individuals who had offered lift from Mohoho Stage to Kenol in Murang'a County. Stick around for more. Controversial radio presenter Andrew Kibe arrested after a confrontation with 3 police officers. So what does the panel have to say about this? This one was a shock. An Uber driver sells an employer's car against his will. A car that was worth 700K was sold at a price of 200,000 Kenya shillings. Then there was this story. Police officers drag a woman using a motorbike after she allegedly stole from villagers. Find out what the panel have got to say about this story. All right, so now let's get to meet our panelists. Hey, Quach.
How is it? What do you do?
All right, Louis Vuitton, Mr. Louis Vuitton. Hey, Cindy.
Hey, Amina. How you doing, girl? How you
I am doing wonderful, my dear. I want us to talk about some of these stories. I am keen, Cindy, to hear what you have to say about the first story. Giraffe Manor, one of the most exclusive hotels in the upmarket Karen, coming under fire from a section of Kenyans after it announced that it's, reopening after closing due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Understandable. Now, there was backlash coming from Kenyans who recounted discriminatory experiences at the hotel due to policies which are seen to be disadvantageous to Africans. So were they misquoted? I want you guys to be the judge. So Cindy, go first, and then I'm keen to hear what Quach has to say about this as well. But what did you make of the story?
talk about a case of tweet and delete. So the earlier tweet and what caused all this controversy is the fact that they had said open to Kenyans. So that means before it was open to who? And they went ahead and cleared it and said, you know, we are an exclusive destination. And if you come to be with us, you have, or, you know, dine with us, you have to take the whole package, which includes air flights and so on and so forth. So now they're open to walk-ins, guys who just want to have a meal or so. I feel it's too little too late. Personally, I have inboxed them to ask. When I was getting married, we were looking for a venue for reception because it was very intimate. We wanted 50 people. Till today, Giraffe Mana, please check your inbox. Cindy Ogana is waiting for a response. 3 children down the line. So you see, the issue that I have is how they phrased open to Kenyans. The issue that I have is how they responded, very businesslike, and said, listen, willing buyer, willing seller. We are here for people who want a choice destination. For you guys who want a place to order chips and quarter chicken, you can go around the corner. So you could argue and say that the management has the right to admission, but in a country where we face a lot of discrimination among people from different races, you have to wonder how long this has gone on without anybody raising an eyebrow.
That's what I'm saying. And you know, sometimes when we see these stories about these employers who are whipping their employees or they're doing 1, 2, 3, and it's in Kenya. It's 2020. How is there a resort, a hotel that I cannot book? Are you kidding me? What are you talking about? If I have the money, if I can pay, I understand maybe some of them are very pricey. You are trying to control the kind, you know, the caliber of people who will be at your residence, and that's okay. I understand that. But however, we are in Kenya. You cannot tell me as a Kenyan I cannot come to this hotel and it's 2020. Quatch.
I mean, I think the only way we have been discriminated is we have been discriminated by price, not by color. When I saw this story, I thought this is one of those stories where you are saying something that you think you mean well, but in literal sense, what's coming out is the opposite. Like, for example, a couple of times people tell me, oh, kwacha ukai mjaluo. It sounds like a compliment, but it's not. Sawa sawa. So is
that something you just wanted to get out there, Kwach?
I just wanted
people to know.
Wanted it to be out there. But anyway, this is a case of the only way, as I said in the beginning, I hear if you're a Kenyan and you can afford it, their prices, the way Cindy said at the beginning, that they are exclusive. If you can afford it, I don't think they can't allow you in. What they are saying is only that they want you to have the whole package that includes checking in with the flights and the hotels. So that simply means that if you're a Kenyan, lazima uende hapa Uganda kidogo, get your flight from there, and then you fly back in, and then you go to see the...
just by you saying that, that's what people mean by discriminatory. I mean, you know that there are some customers who will come from this country who will not require the airport transfer and every other cost that is, I think, tied to someone who's coming in from a foreign country. So if you don't even have any of those things in place, then that means we are not welcome to your establishment. So it's so unfair for you to now say, because of the pandemic, you need our money because you don't know when international borders will reopen. That is what people are saying. In fact, Anyiko is the one who had a lot to say. Cindy, I hear you have something to add on. Go ahead.
I think it's bad business practice to discriminate against the citizens of a country where your resort resides. It doesn't matter how exclusive you are. You have to have a package that cuts across. One of the most exclusive resorts that even oh my God, mommy brain, the Virgin guy, the
Angama.
Virgin Airlines guy.
Angama Mara. In fact, I was so sure that's the one you were referring to. Yes. Angama.
Yes. It's so exclusive, but if you have money and you call, they will pick your call. And you can go there for drinks, you can go there for dinner. You don't have to get a whole package of where you have to fly in and so on and so forth. It is open to Kenyans and Kenyans. If it is that exclusive and their policy is open, Sembo said Giraffe Mana. You know, I'm just wondering, do you feel like maybe the reason this has happened for so long is because we don't love ourselves as Kenyans? We still allow ourselves to be colonized.
No, I don't think that's the case. I think this is an isolated situation.
From another race are served for you and you don't call.
No, this is just one of those things where I think we didn't know, this is where social media comes into play. And if you see the impact that, George Floyd's death has had, is that, that increasing sort of like anger that has just been penting, and, people are really, really upset. And then, of course, I mean, staying at home and being cooped up had definitely a factor and a role to play in all of that. But then also, social media is just, it's done so much.
Yes.
So when Anyiko posted that, that Instagram post, she didn't know she was going to get thousands of people who are going to come in and talk about it. She thought, maybe 10 people have experienced this. So to see more than 1,000 comments of people complaining, that means collectively this is something that we've all experienced. We just didn't know that there was power in numbers and that we were so many.
Yes, and Amina, also, this is something people don't realize. Preferential treatment is a thing. That when you go to some of these hotels, not even the exclusive ones, just even in kawaida places, you are there, umeenda harusi, alafu mbele yako kuna mzungu. Mama wa kupakua atapakulia huo mzungu before you even, hata kama ulikuwa mbele ama
kuwekea. Hiyo ni sawa, lakini kwa nyinyi wote mko kwa harusi. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, so exactly.
Wote kama tuko Giraffe Mana, lakini hao wazungu wanapata chakula kwanza, hiyo tumezoea Mombasa.
Exactly. That's what I'm agreeing to say. This is kind of neo-colonialism of the mind. Where you've been colonized in the mind to think that this person is superior. The way when sisi kwetu ushago, watu wakinawa, baba lazima anawe kwanza, the nani. So in your mind, if you already elevate this person and think that because they are foreign, you've elevated them to some place where they are better than the locals.
The prejudice even is not based on complexion, color, or anything. It's just the fact that they're coming from outside of the country. I mean, what do you mean? I wouldn't want to experience that. It looks so beautiful. I've always wanted to do that. I remember I tried to do that when I had a campaign that I think I emailed them maybe twice, if I'm not wrong, if I'm not mistaken. And maybe they didn't see my email, mine and Cindy's. I don't know. I'm not sure. But you can send us a tweet and tell us what you think about it. The hashtag is TTT at the Trend Live.
For the first time, someone has blue ticked the ladies. Tuendelee hivyo.
Na hiyo moto. All right, so now this next story is super shocking. Mesha Kiambi is accused of selling his employer's car by advertising it on the dailies and then selling it the very next day. Kiambi was employed by Kimani as a taxi driver and then put the car on sale for 248,000. This car was valued for 700K. Come on. Now, probably it's time for the employer to change his language from kuja uchukue gari to kujia gari ya kampuni, but unajua yani unaweza imagine 248K, gari ni 700,000.
But this guy, what I loved about him, he actually put up an ad in the newspaper. Like, what are the chances that mwenye gari hangesoma gari yake ikiibwa? Like, is that how he amedharau our reading culture, that we are no longer buying the dailies, that mpaka ati haezi ona gari yake ikiwa on sale?
Yeah,
but and this is also something auctioneers do. When you owe them, probably this guy was owed some money, I think, or not.
Yeah, because something angered him.
Yes. Okay. So he wanted to sell this car at whichever throwaway price to just recover what the boss owed him.
No. Like Bantus.
Yeah.
Okay. Cindy?
No. Those are my people, by the way. For those who don't know, I'm officially Cindy Ogana Rogoi from Nyeri. Those are my people on the way to our shags now, where I'm married. It has absolutely nothing to do that Wali Kosana. It is just how can I say this and be politically correct? It's just the way they are.
They're just like that. They just decide to
sell. That sounds
Why
like.
Why couldn't he sell it at least close to the amount?
How can I make a quick buck? Like, what is the fastest way that I can make, even if it is screwing over your relative, your best friend? It is, I'm not surprised that, everything I'm thinking of saying, I'm like, hey, Cindy, that's politically incorrect. Let me just say that's how
I appreciate you thinking about it before you said it on air, because people will be like, Kwach, Amina na Cindy walisema 1, 2, 3, 4. But to be very sincere, I mean, just touching on a very different story, you should be very careful where you buy your car and who you get into business with.
Yes.
You have to do your due diligence. I remember there was a time someone bought a car, and then the people who sold the car stole the car and then sold it on the same website again. Can you imagine, Kwach? Wakuibie alafu uzitena. You have to be very careful. Yeah, so even just with the Uber driver, you have to be careful. Who are you getting into business with? Why would you want that money? And mbona hata kutaka mimi shida yangu tu ni kwa nini hakutaka kuuza kama 650 ama 600 hata 500.
He went all the way to no biashara ya haraka. You know, when you have nothing to lose, it's the same way someone steals a phone from you in the matatu ama whichever place mnatembea that is valued at 100k. First of all, I don't know why you have to hold 100k ndani ya matatu, but mtu akuibie hiyo simu, then they go sell it at 5,000.
Yeah, that's true. It's the same insult.
It's the same exact thing,
right. All right, so now we have yet another story. I have to talk. This is so interesting. A 60-year-old man who was on Wednesday robbed at gunpoint by 3 individuals who had offered lift from Mohoho Stage to Kenol in Murang'a County. Mr. Bernard Ngige Mputhia was tricked into boarding the car after the driver assured him that he would drop him at Kenol. You have to be careful, you guys. Anyway, now while they were on transit, the other occupants pulled out an AK-47 assault rifle, tied the old man's hand with a rope before blindfolding him, and then they later took his ATM, forced him to reveal the pin which he gave them, and then that's the real meaning, I think, ya kuiba ujinga kwa sababu wao walimbeba wakamuibia. And I felt so bad for him. Quite a quick comment before we take the break.
I think things, the way I said last week, let's start having some decorum. Tafadhali. Please usibie mtu amesha retire. There is no way he's going to make more money. Hiyo pesa unamuibia ni pesa ya laana tu. Yeah, of course you shouldn't steal from anyone. You shouldn't steal from anyone, but at least don't steal from someone who's above 55. Kuwa na utu kidogo.
Yes, leave it to the government.
Yeah.
Oh! And on that note, let us take a break. We are going to be smoking. Where is that fire extinguisher? Woo! It's a hot show. We're going to be back with more. You're watching TTTT.
Disinfect and protect your home with Jik. Jik kills 99.9% of illness-causing germs. Disinfect floors, kitchen and bathroom surfaces, and wash white clothes, towels, and dishcloths with Jik bleach. Just Jik it.
Selena!
Toto, where's mommy?
Today's her toilet day.
What? Oh. Selena!
Toilet day?
Tomorrow we're hosting a party and it's a matter of my reputation. It's a toilet, not a white shirt. Even if you spend your entire day cleaning with bleach and detergent, it still won't be party ready. Impossible. Challenge. Harpic 10X. Even if you use bleach and detergent 10 times, they won't give you the same sparkling clean toilet that Harpic 10X will give you.
Wow!
Harpic 10X. Harpic, Kenya's #1 toilet cleaner.
Beat sensitivity pain fast with Sensodyne Rapid Action for clinically proven relief in 60 seconds.
We all are looking for products to protect ourselves from viruses, but not all products protect us. Did you know that using Dettol soap and water protects against viruses? Many viruses are surrounded by an envelope with receptors that enable them to enter a human cell and cause infection. Dettol soap destroys the outer layer of the virus and effectively removes it. Protect your family from the spread of viruses with Dettol. Dettol cleans and is now tested and proven to be effective against COVID-19 virus. This has been Medivax for Dettol.
Welcome to Kenya. This is my jam.
You know how we do it each and every Saturday live on your screens.
I, Miss Katiwa, and of course my one and only DJ, the roughest and the toughest DJ Mo, will be on the deck.
This week, live from Kingston, Jamaica, Anthony B himself.
Yaga yo, it's Anthony B and you can check me out this Saturday, 10 p.m. on NTV. Jam Down.
Jam Down KE is the hashtag. I'll see you. 10 p.m.
It's beer fire, beer energy, beer vibes. It's all about upliftment, reality and music.
Salute.
Don't go nowhere.
What comes to your mind when you think of the perfect home for your family? Victory Gardens offers exactly that and much more. Call us today on 0790 300 300 or visit www.optivan.co.ke.
Amara Sanitizer is an alcohol-based sanitizer containing ethanol, which has a broad-spectrum antimicrobial activity, killing bacteria, viruses, and fungi. Amara Sanitizer is enriched with aloe vera, making it gentle on your hands.
And welcome back. The show tonight brought to you by the Oppo A9 II. It looks super. I really want it in my life. So, Kwach, you've had this phone for about a week.
I have.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah.
Oh, you have one of these devices?
Yes.
And I don't have it.
I've been doing a road test, simu.
For a week?
Soon I'll be calling housewarming to launch the phone.
So it's 29,999. Go ahead and try it out. You can order and get one from Jumia online, or you could just go to any Oppo store countrywide and get yours. The hashtag is Shine Up Your Moment. We want you to win any of these incredible merchandises that I have. I have these iPods that I love so much. They're so cool. Quach tried to steal them away from me on Friday. They are so good. Thank you so much to everyone from Oppo who is involved in getting me those AirPods. God bless you, your children, and your grandchildren. It's such a nice phone. So, okay, so the colors are Aurora Purple, Shining White, or Twilight Black. So you can get that. It has that side fingerprint unlock as well. Because, you have to secure your phone. Quach, do you know how many things you try to hide on your phone? Do you have a password for like your WhatsApp, password for your camera, password for your WhatsApp?
What's that thing about double user? Like you can log someone out and you log in kitchen ya maji.
Yeah.
Like I'm out here looking like, when the kids try going through my phone, our party kitu. Even the people who try to snoop, I just use the kids because it's still 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
well, for your chance to win something from Oppo, why don't you tell us what space means to you? That is 8 plus 128 GB of space. What does that mean to you? Tag us at The Trend Live and, of course, the official Oppo pages on social media as you add that hashtag Oppo A92 and hashtag Shine Up Your Moment. Now, as we move on with this trending stories this week, a shocking video of a police officer dragging a woman with a motorbike for the alleged theft went viral. She's now nursing wounds at Ole Nguruini Sub-County Hospital in Nakuru County. Take a look at this.
Horrific is how one would describe this cell phone video. 21-year-old Mercy Cherono was tied to a motorbike by a police officer and dragged for 200 meters before residents intervened. Retelling the traumatic story as she nursed her.
I mean, Cindy, how did you feel when you first watched this video?
I was so broken, especially how she was screaming. And you can tell, this is the thing, I always notice very subtle things in videos. Like you can tell the residents wanted to act immediately, but they were a bit afraid because, of course, this is the police. You don't know how that's going to turn out. But because of the woman screaming, I think that provoked them to move forward and say, okay, let's do something about it. It doesn't matter what she's done, whether she's stolen or whether she's, God forbid, murdered someone. You cannot treat somebody this way, dragging them like an animal. It makes me wonder with the recent cases of brutality by the police force, are our cops okay? Should there be some type of counseling? There was police reforms part of agenda for years back. Right now, everybody is busy thinking about 2022, but nobody is really calling to account our police force. And I wonder, some of these things that they are doing, are they okay? I'm done bashing them and saying, oh, the cops need to do this. Now I'm honestly worried with our police because the things that are coming up, it's crazy.
It's actually absolutely insane. I mean, when you watch that video, Quach, it's just so shocking. And, she's screaming for help. You can see that she's in pain. There was absolutely no justifiable excuse that can be used against, why would they use such excessive force?
That video is heart-wrenching. Like when you watch it, you can't understand why that is going on.
Yeah.
And I don't understand what is this above the law attitude the police take whenever they need to implement something. Like every time they operate, and we need to do this. I think someone needs to do civil education and awareness about the police, where our rights end and where their responsibility starts. Because we need to really know, because as citizens, there is no way, even if they're the ones who are holding the guns, even if they're the ones who are, we should be ashaming them. We should be publicly listing the names of all the cops that have been involved in such hideous acts and putting them out there for the public to know that nani, this was you and this was your action, just the way the Americans put out the names of the cops that
were involved in the George Floyd murder?
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
That is very true. Yeah.
But you see, Coach, that is done. But sadly, nothing ever happens. I think we need total police reforms. Go back to Agenda 4. Let's start from the grassroots.
Yeah.
Why are we recruiting people who have scored D-, E's, D+? Maybe we should start with there. The only thing you need is to have 32 teeth and no scars. Can we start by dealing with the cops right now, asking them, what is the problem? Okay, the problem is salaries. The budget was recently read. A lot of money went into the military. Can we channel some of that to the police force?
Yes.
Give them better housing, better medical care. Maybe that way they will stop treating civilians like enemies.
Or like animals.
And you know, Amina.
Or like animals.
What is really happening is that these cops, the way they are handling these things, you get to wonder the qualifications that they need to go to the. I was told that it's like that. The D's we are told they need to have is because they need someone who can easily be manipulated. They need someone who can. Of course, this is no disrespect to the good men and women in uniform who help protect us.
Holding the mission and the vision.
Exactly. But these two bad apples or three bad apples that are out there, they are spoiling the names of the otherwise good name of the police.
I have refused, Quatch. First of all, let me just say this. I feel like if we're talking about bad apples, as Dave Chappelle or Chris Rock once said, I don't think we should talk about bad apples in the police force. You know, because we're talking about you killing people. It's a matter of life and death. Bad apples, maybe let's have bad apple radio presenters or bad apple, I don't know what else. But in the police force, I don't think so. Now, we're getting a lot of your tweets coming in. Evans Arwiga, who says, I'm tuned in from Kosovo, Malindi, my Friday best show ever. Thank you so much, Shanti. Good evening to you as well. You're saying you're enjoying the show. There's Eduson Mwas, who says, watching from Bamburi Fisheries in Mombasa. Governor Langat Sini as well says, Kaimosi is tuned in. Placeholder says, economic discrimination is within the giraffe manner's right. It is a product that they offer. Tunya Masinde says, the show is great and always all of you are looking so good. The guy behind your titles should be given an award on TTTT. Okay, fine. His name is Ndenga. That is his name, so you can add him on social media and you can see what you can do here at NMG, here at NTV. We're taking a short break. We have more coming up right after the break.
What makes a Kenyan dental mom powerful?
I encourage my kids to learn new things, and if they get hurt, I rely on the power of my Dettol's One Capful. To fight germs, it's like my own first aid kit.
My family needs protection from germs. I use the power of Dettol's One Capful to disinfect surfaces and clothes to keep them clean and safe from germs.
I trust the power of Dettol's One Capful for bathing. The power of Dettol's One Capful protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Dettol, Kenya's #1 antiseptic for fighting germs. Become a powerful Kenyan mom with Dettol. Be 100% sure.
John suffers from indigestion. His twin James suffers from heartburn. Sometimes it's the other way around or both. That's why they use Gaviscon Double Action. It soothes within 3 minutes and lasts up to 4 hours. For double relief from heartburn and indigestion, Gaviscon Double Action. If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
Do your gums hurt? Yeah. Does your toothpaste contain sage, eucalyptus, myrrh, chamomile? All that in one toothpaste? Yes, try Colgate Herbal. Colgate Herbal contains nature's best herbs and Colgate's fluoride technology to give you strong teeth and healthy gums. Ah, Colgate Herbal. Let's go. Colgate Herbal for strong teeth and healthy gums. naturally.
My whole life is in my phone.
The risk of illness-causing germs is increasing. It is believed that the coronavirus can remain on surfaces in your home for up to 9 days. Touching infected surfaces is one of the ways in which germs spread. Regularly disinfect your floors, countertops, and kitchen surfaces with bleach, and use an effective toilet cleaner inside and outside your toilet bowl. This message is brought to you by Medifact, JIC, and HAPIC.
This is NTV.
Tonight, Senate Business Committee proposes 11-member team to decide the fate of Kirinyaga Governor Anne Waiguru.
That recommendation has to be ratified by the plenary. So meaning the ultimate entity that is going to decide is the plenary.
But Kirinyaga leaders want the whole house to hear the matter.
Isifanywe na watu ambao ni watu 11 select committee ambao watapewa milioni moja ama 2, alafu kutoka hapo pesa ya Kirinyaga ipotee na ukweli na haki ya Kirinyaga ipotee. Tunataka ifanywe na 67 senators in the Senate.
Also tonight, restaurants and eateries operating beyond legally provided hours risk losing their license.
Please close your restaurant at 4 p.m. as required by law. And we have instructed law enforcement officers to purge on those who are disobeying this.
Government's home-based care program takes effect.
I'm happy to report today, yes, about 208 of them have been released from home-based care.
Plus, Kisumu residents halt planned burial of popular Ohangla musician. Overwhelmed police officers give up on enforcing COVID-19 funeral guidelines.
Hatujatoa rambirambi zetu kama familia na marafiki, hatujawekewa banyimbo zake tukatike. Tuko na uchungu mwingi sana.
And on Bullseye, anarchy in the name of Anna.
Kuwa chonjo. Unaona yale yanafanyika kwingine huko na huko na huko.
The ominous warning from Babangina.
Tunataka kumuuliza Mheshimiwa Savula aeleze taifa ni kiongozi yupi huyu wa ODM ambaye anadai alimpelekea njama hii ya kupindua Mheshimiwa Musalia Mudavadi.
I was approached by Sifuna himself 3 weeks ago in a meeting.
And the Mulembe soap opera goes on and on.
The risk of illness-causing germs is increasing. It is believed that the coronavirus can remain on surfaces in your home for up to 9 days. Touching infected surfaces is one of the ways in which germs spread. Regularly disinfect your floors, countertops, and kitchen surfaces with bleach, and use an effective toilet cleaner inside and outside your toilet bowl. This message is brought to you by Medifact, JIC, and HAPIC.
Kenya is on the rise. It is powered by you. You are innovative. You are passionate about the future. At Timasako, we are a reflection of you. We are a stable, financially sound institution providing tailor-made services to add value to your life, time, and money. We are guided by your aspiration. We are Timasako, a true reflection of you.
Wa Kenya, hii fight hatukuchagua, lakini tuko na choice.
Tuchague kujilinda. Tuchague kuprotect familia zetu. Tuchague usafi. Kuosha mikono. Kuosha manyumba zetu. Ndio tulinde watoto wetu. Na tuvae mask. Future yetu iko mikononi mwetu. Kenya, let's do it for the ones we love.
Amar Sanitizer is an alcohol-based sanitizer containing ethanol, which has a broad spectrum antimicrobial activity, killing bacteria, viruses and fungi. Amar Sanitizer is enriched with aloe vera, making it gentle on your hands.
And welcome back. Now, one of the biggest stories that was trending this week was the creative industry. And I want Kwach to speak on this because Kwach is an actor. In case you didn't know, he's a thespian. Hey. Kuna siku tumesimama na Kwach tao, by the hashikiki kila mtu anamwomba autograph. And I was like, is there, like, what is happening? People are telling me, oh, ebu shike camera madam, ebu tupige picha na umse. So I'm like, what is going on? So I know Heartstrings is back on, but I want you to start with a comment on what has been trending.
Yes.
What, it's like to be, an actor in this Kenyan film industry, and of course, touch on Heartstrings being back.
Of course, first of all, it's sad that anytime we are talking about creatives, it's always about if creatives are being paid, if they're getting what value for their art, what they do. But
preach.
Yes. That's always the question, and especially now when a stimulus was given now to cushion the artists against COVID-19, some of us are still waiting. By the way, simu zetu ziko tu zinangoja zilie. Yeah, hiyo pesa itufikie. But also, the way you asked, Heartstrings is back. We will be doing, this time it's something different because of course because of the situation that is happening, we're going to do a live rehearsal. It will be a theater show, but now a live rehearsal where the audience will be the ones directing what we can do.
Nice.
You know how interesting that will be?
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
I like that.
So we've been adding our voice to what has been happening, but still artists are doing their work. People are doing shows, people are doing online performances. So just support your artists, support whoever it is you want to support.
All right, there you go. Support whoever it is that you want to support. Make sure that you help them put some bread on their table. Now, moving on to another big story. Now, an assistant chief in Tigania West was on Saturday arrested for taking a 300 shilling bribe. Mr. Joshua Karidhi, the assistant chief of Mbeu sub-location, the assistant chief was arrested after he took the bribe from a member of the public so as to settle a land dispute. The assistant chief was arrested alongside 2 other people, and you can do the math. 3 people arrested for taking a 300 bob bribe. So unaweza imagine walikuwa nagawa na how much. Chief ataambia watu nini? Chief, riare 300 bob. Side, what is this?
Let me tell you, there's some bribes that are not even worth going to jail. 300 bob.
It should be 300
this
billion.
This is the one where, I know, this is just a vendetta. Whoever he gave the bribe to, they don't like each other. He was like, you know what? I hate you so much. I've given you this 300. Lakini haishi hapo. I'm going to call ESCC on you. You know, ESCC should have a kiwango where they're like, if you are bribing worth this much, then you are worth our attention.
Ngojeni hapo.
Mimi bribes below this much.
Ngojeni hapo, I'm going to disagree with the both of you totally. A bribe is a bribe, whether it's 5 shillings, whether it's 10 shillings.
I get that.
Whether you are in the house and you're bribing someone to wash the utensils for you,
I'm just saying,
a bribe is a bribe.
The resources should not be devoted to something like that. However, I will say this. Kwach, if you're going to go down, you want to go down on some Rotich allegations. You know what I mean? Like some big time money where if people are like, is that true? Like, they see where the temptation came in.
No, but first of all, I agree with you, yes, that we should invest this energy to the big players. They should be in prison, serving good time. But this thing is what we are normally told. All of us are just corrupt. We are just waiting for opportunities to go there in those positions and take what we know. Because that 300 shillings, if that chief was taken in a bigger public office, it would be 300,000 shillings. Akipanda kidogo, it would be 3 million shillings. Inaenda 3 billion shillings. Then we start saying, Kenyans, we are losing almost 1 billion shillings every year to corruption. while we're here trying to finance at 2.7 trillion
I
budget
agree with Kwach,
that
you're
no
right.
one has.
You have to stop it at that point, right?
Exactly.
A
So,
bribe
and also there's something I wanted to add on this thing, that let us not try to take away the responsibility of corruption from the person who bribes. Because if you are bribing, you're just as bad as the person who's getting bribed.
You're an accomplice.
Yes, you're an
right?
accomplice. And in fact, I understand that the reason why people bribe is because the magendo system is what is operating. If you want services, you have to give something kidogo, ndio njia zifunguke.
Ai, Kwach, lakini sasa kama assistant chief mzima, ama chief tu mzima, ama anybody. I mean, I agree with Cindy. Some money, you know, like when your name is there and then there's a B, there's an M, people are like, wow, 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 wow. You know what I mean? Like 300 bob. All right, so now this, yes, Cindy, what?
I'm saying 300 like this. Ah, please. First of all, whoever called ESCC, the airtime they use is probably more than that 300 bob. It's a waste of time.
Yeah, I think always wadogo ndio wanafaa kupigwa kabisa waache, because they are still redeemable.
They're redeemable. No, but can you imagine being, as in, going down your reputation, like, you know, your name, just being dragged in the mud for 300 bob. But anyway, I think it also speaks to the desperation, maybe going to the kind of salary that they receive. You know, for you to look at 300 bob and think, that's money I can take that is worth my reputation. You know what I mean? Like, there's some despair to that. Now, our final story tonight, controversial presenter Andrew Kibe found himself on the wrong side of the law on Friday, June 5th, after a confrontation with 3 police officers. Now, the video, which has since gone viral on social media, shows Kibe confronting the 3 police officers who had tried to effect the arrest. The incident happened at a car wash in Hunningham, where him and his friends were. So we can take a look at the video before, you know, we have something to say about this. Now, Kwach, did you check out the video?
I did.
You watched the video that Kibe did after?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I did. I watched both videos. And of course, you know Kibe, when he decides to go hard on
there were F-bombs everywhere.
There were bombs all over the place. But one thing that I noticed also, unfortunately, I want to agree now also with Kibe, because a lot of times, there is no dignity in arrest, even when you are wrong. You know, that's what I was asking. What is this upper hand approach that police give to people when they approach you, as if wewe ni mwananchi nusu na yeye ni mwananchi mzima? Yeah, like when you are trying to arrest someone, just tell them, ni mtu mzima atakusikia. Just tell them, we are arresting you because of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is why we want to if someone resists arrest, now there are procedures for that. But you don't come, the first thing you're saying, like now with the video we just watched, this dehumanization the police is giving us. And you know, it starts with how the training happens. Because once they're being trained, they use languages like, you are now a target, you are now a suspect, you are now a sijui nini nini. These are languages that dehumanize you as a person.
You're right, because they play at intimidation first.
Exactly. So that now when they're coming, they employ intimidation. People don't know, Kenyans don't know that when a police officer is coming to arrest you, you need even to ask for their identification. Akikuuliza ni aje nipatie ID, wewe pia muulize ni aje, wewe pia nipatie ID. Because it is as much your right to know who they are as it is your right for them to know who you are.
Okay, that is very true, Kwach, and you are well within your rights to do that. But have you ever played the I know my rights with a cop before?
Where?
Cindy, I don't know if you've ever done that. Let me tell you, they love it. You just start speaking English, they're like, oh, you're one of those, eh? Okay.
What I do is I try to see reason. 2 cases, and I'm going to be very quick because I know of time. You know the way these ladies who come and sell vegetables on the road when there's traffic?
Yes.
So I had bought fruits, and she was running for change, and traffic opened, so I'm driving very slowly so she doesn't have to run after me. A cop stopped me and said, obstruction, let's go to the cop station. So I told him, listen, I understand that I'm on the wrong. There's no issue about that. But there are some crimes you honestly just need to give me a warning and let it go. And I made them see the human sense of it. But you see, he already came bullish to the woman. She already came bullish. She opened my car door, sat behind me and said, drive to the police station. I'm going to book you 10,000 shillings obstruction. And I said, listen, I have not refused that I've committed a crime, but let me go with a warning. And I think, as I mentioned earlier on police reforms, some of these things, cops should let people go on warnings, not all the time arresting us like we've killed somebody, like we are behind Anglo-leasing NYS. Excuse us. It is too small things. And you see, with the issue of Kibe, he was like, fine, I was with my boys, maybe it was past the hour because of this whole COVID regulations. Tuambie tutoke. But do not treat us like we are the reason why the budget is 10 trillion.
Yeah,
I mean, what we have done is very minuscule. And it can honestly piss you off as a
Cindy, you make
citizen.
me so
You're like,
happy. I
nini,
can't-
wewe, si uniachilie kidogo.
Don't treat me like the person behind Anglo listening.
Makosa zingine ni za
It is
kuchunwa.
true. And you can just use common sense right there and then. But I will be fair again, and I will say this. I keep on playing the devil's advocate on the show. But there are some cops who do employ that, you know, quite that very friendly approach.
It's
You know,
true.
they speak to you. They even tell you,
It's
Madam,
true.
unajua ni nini umefanya, this and this and this and this could have happened.
They are
You know,
cops.
however, there's some out there who are just very irresponsible, and they are, you know, they do tend to use excessive force when they are arresting you or telling you what your problem is. Anyway, so thank you so much, you guys. Kwacha, I know you wanted to say something real quick. We have 10 seconds. What you have to say?
I wanted to say that don't try that I know my rights thing na uko Kayole ati unajua mimi ni nani. Who could you be?
Who could you? Ikayole. Whose cousin? Whose relative? Whose neighbor could you be? Anyway, at 10 p.m. we have a massive show for you. Cindy Kwach, thank you so much. My name is Amina Abdi Rabah. We catch up at 10 p.m. Time now for the news right here on NTV. Thank you so much for watching. Adios.